Okay, so essentially I've got the pond, I've got a stick, which is a symbol, and I'm going to make a mask. And I'm going to make it with just a red color that does not have an outline. It's a deep red. Here's the outline color. I'm going to make that where it doesn't have an outline. So it's just a mask. We're just going to create a red. I'm going to do it with the brush tool. So what we want is a mask. So I'm going to put that on a new layer. So up here in the timeline, new layer, and we're going to call it a mask. And the idea is that if we, mask, right in. Let me clear that one. Double click on the eraser tool. So I'm going to get rid of that little dot I put there. So now it's clear. So what I'm going to do here is just with the brush tool, which should still be red, I'm going to make an area that would be sort of like in here, which is where I want the stick to look like it's coming up in the middle of your pond. And you know, how big can it be? I'm using the space bar to move that down. So maybe, you know, about that big. And then I can use the bucket tool, which is K, to, you know, fill these areas here.
And then do you have to tap on something to make it a mask? Like, is it a mask yet, or?
It's not a mask yet until I convert that layer into a mask. So this area is where it's going to be coming up. It's going to look like it's coming up through there. So essentially, this now, when you right click on it, you see there's this thing called a mask. Boom. You see how there it is. All right. It's like the mask area is like a window to the thing that's right underneath it. Did you see what happened?
Yeah.
So now what I can do is I can go back here onto the stick layer and I can put some keyframes. So I'll put one there, and F6, I'll put one there. And what I'll do is, let me unlock them for a moment, and I can invisible this one. What I'll do is I'll start, and it's a symbol. Okay, remember we turned that into a symbol. Lock that, I'll lock that. And with the V tool, I'm going to select it. And I'll move it down here so it won't be there. And then up here, it'll be like up in that area, like where you want it to be. And you can move it around wherever you want. But now we're going to go a keyframe and a keyframe. So I'll right click on this and I'll put a classic tween in it. So now it's going to be moving up, you see? And then when I lock those two layers, and I made that one invisible. So now when I do my control enter, it's going to come up. Ta-da.
Okay.
And you can have some things like, let's see, escape that. Escape. Well, close it. You know, once it gets up to here, let's just, I'm going to select all these and I'm just going to F5 that. You could actually, you know, have it come back down a little bit. You know, how about that? We go I put an F6 there. What if on this keyframe, let's unlock it for a moment. We want to, you know, see where we're going with this. So what if it came back down a little bit, you know? Interesting. So from that keyframe, and then I'll right click, classic tween, reveal that again, lock the two layers, and let's see what that looks like. You see? So that's how you use a mask. The mask is a window, and essentially it reveals what's underneath there. I think you could put other things. You see, if I put this into the mask layer by sliding it over there, it gets hidden too. So it's like you can tuck whatever you want into that, and then it's just revealed. But we don't want the pond. We don't want the pond to get stuck under the mask. We just want the stick. So you kind of tuck things. You see how it's indented there? So you keep everything else kind of over to the left side of that mask. And if you change your mind, you can remove the mask, unmask. You can uncheck it right there, and then it's not there. So all you do is right click and turn it into a mask. And they have to be locked. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that.